Welcome back to New Frontier. I'm BP, and this is the Homestead Challenge. We are experiencing some cool weather here in July, guys. Already down to 53 degrees. The high today is only 68. As you can see, our greenhouse has the shelter up, keep the frost and the cool off our veggies. So we do have 3 pallets of lettuce and 3 pallets of chili peppers. It's not quite time to sell them yet. Let's see. Yeah, the price is not going to be best until around January, so we still have some time. May need to find a place to store those, but we'll figure that out as we go. This morning, big news. Our cabin, we have a roof. We're getting close. What we need is 2 furniture, which we're going to have to go up to the farmer's market. And there's actually a warehouse there we can buy some furniture from. But we can put some more planks and some more long planks in. So I think it's time to get our truck. And you know what? Before we get our truck, I almost forgot. Our animals are low on water, so let's jump in here. Loving the new shed. So happy having everything in the shed and out of the way. I did a bunch of grass work at the end of June off camera. I'll link that video up above. Just an 8-minute time lapse of this huge field I cut up. And we'll make a lot of that into silage. We also have to get that picked up for today. So let's head over to the water. I did check. We don't have any water in the field today, but I think the sheep are down to like 800 or actually I think it's 300 liters of water. So they definitely need some more. And it may be, guys, it may just be time once we get over to the water. We may need to put a little gravel road in to make sure we can find it, because once again, without roads on this map, I just feel like I'm driving around and I'm always ending up in the woods where I shouldn't be. And this is clearly the exact situation we're in now with, holy goodness. Oh, yeah, there we go. That's why we don't drive in the woods and why we need to have a road so that we can see what we're doing. Yeah, let's get out of here. Focus up. Okay, little turn there, and then I think we're home free as far as the woods go. So yeah, once we're here, I think maybe we get out and put some gravel in real quick so we know where to come get the water. Maybe someday we expand over this way and end up picking up this piece of land too. Who knows? But for right now, we're just running over and using this spring as a place to top off our tanker. So, while that's filling up, let's see if we can jump in and maybe we can figure out a way to connect up. Yeah, see, it's really not that far. It's just that it's not a very good route. So let's grab some gravel here. And I think, coming from here, I think we can follow our tracks, at least, this part here. I think that makes sense. Where do we want to go from here? I think we want to bend up around these trees, snake through here. All right, now where are we? So we're coming up here. And then I think we just end up looping in on either side of that tree. So let's see if that is enough to get us where we need to be. Just a little gravel path to guide me since I'm not good in the woods. And now we can get rid of the map. So we have our 3,000 liters of water. Yeah, I think this is going to be perfect. Just sort of wind our way through and end up back at the homestead. Question is, did I get any trees in our little gravel path when I put it in? Tried to avoid them. It can be tougher than you think. when you're in the construction menu. I like this little spot. I like the little aspen grove we get to drive through. That's nice. Pay attention to the gravel road. You put it in so you didn't get lost, and here I am already leaving the road. Yeah, I think this is going to work great. This will show us exactly where we need to go get water. Not too big, not too small. Just about right for our needs. So we'll jump in, do some first-person driving on our new road. There you can see our farm. I didn't want to cut the road up there. It would have been a little more direct in case we opted to buy that next piece of land. I didn't want the road running right through the middle of it because that whole area is right below our property. Man, we might have pretty close to a full... What is that, guys? I was going to say, pretty close to a full pallet of wool, but guys, we have eggs. What is up with that? I didn't think any of our chickens were pregnant. Maybe they just got done being pregnant. But we have some eggs. All right, well, exciting things happening. You can see all the bales over there in the background. Did not look before I turned. We're going to have to go around the truck. All right, let's zip on over to the sheep pen and get them some water. Right about there ought to do it. Doesn't take a whole lot, but we do want to make sure they stay topped off. Again, remember, we don't want to drive in the grass because it will reset the harvest state, which is not good for us. We want that grass growing as much as possible. Going to empty the rest of that into the greenhouse, try to keep it topped off. Greenhouse had plenty of water, but never a bad idea to keep it topped off. So I think we'll park that here for today. Leave it attached, probably have to do another run. I do know that we need at least one bale of grass over for the sheep. Oh, and I managed to drop both of them. So let's grab this guy. Having a hard time holding on to it. And then where is our other one? There we go. All right, how much grass? They could use another one. We could actually use two more, actually, to be honest. Oh, that one might be a little bit stuck. Maybe get some ones off the top and unpack around it first. All right, little bales. Where'd you go? Little bales are slippery this morning, apparently. Got wet gloves on or something. All right, one more after that, and then we should be topped off. Don't want our animals going hungry. Want that productivity staying up at the max. There we go. We're just going to slow down our speed a little bit, and then we won't have the problems with the bales. All right, so that is all topped off. So, next order of business, grab the truck and the trailer. Let's get some wood products loaded up. Let's get the house topped off. Let's go to town. Let's sell whatever wood products we have. And then we need to buy 2 pallets of furniture to bring back for the house to keep that moving. And guys, I think we're getting fairly close to the end of the house here for the cabin build. Hopefully we are. I'd like to move in. It's gonna, with the high only being 68 today, I'd hate to be in the tent in the winter. Okay, that's not a good enough turn. Gonna have to be better than that. Come on, guys. Alrighty. Perfect. All right. What do we have today? We have a lot of stuff today. Wow. All right. Well, let's get started. Let's get the big stuff put on the back of the flatbed. That seems to be the best place for the beams and the long planks. They're at least the easiest to get on the back of the truck. And all the way up. Oh, we got a little bit of a tip here. Let's bring them down. I think maybe it's because we're not all the way underneath. I think it may be having a hard time lifting. That certainly seems better. Oh, hitting the headache rack. Okay, come down. And excellent. That top one's going to be a problem, but we'll cross that bridge when we get there. So coming on over here. The forks are just the tiniest bit long on these, and so if we go all the way underneath from the start, they tend to get caught on like the sawmill itself. So we got to sort of grab them and then back up. All right, I'm hoping we can push this set over and not knock the top one off. That's the goal. We're just going to sort of feather it very, very lightly. We definitely should have put one on the far side first to push this back, because to say that is balancing precariously is an understatement. All right, well, we got that on. Let's grab a couple of long planks. They stacked 3 high over here. Can I get over the top and just hook? These ones always end up flipping over the top, so we're going to try to be super careful. Can we just snake in here and just... All I want to do is just get these very, very gently off. All right, then we're going to put them down. Then we're going to slide all the way underneath. Hey, once again, looking like a pro. But just give me a little bit. I'll find a way to screw it up. I did cut a couple trees down between episodes. Just keep the lumber mill filled here. Not a big deal either way, but just wanted to keep production up. We're going to clear this area of a lot of trees. I was thinking overnight this could be a good spot at the back of the property for a cow pasture in the long run. We'll have to see if that makes sense or not. Okay, let's not push anything off the far side. Yeah, I think we're done pushing on that, and I think the best plan here is going to be to put a strap on all of those so they don't go anywhere. Now, theoretically, I could get a lengthwise long pallet across the back of the trailer, which is my goal. I'm going to see if I can get these 2 long planks stacked and then put them across the back and then put all the regular planks, the short planks, in the trailer. And you can see all the bales I made last night there. Had a little extra time, had a little extra daylight. Thought to myself, you know, why not work on getting some grass? We can keep some for the animals. But most importantly, I think we're going to use quite a bit of that for the silage. Keep trying to get our silage quantities up. All right, look at that. It was going really well, and then at the last second, it sort of flipped out on me. Okay. We're going to see if we can get these on the back, see if we can get the pallets high enough. They're looking awfully low at that far end. Let's see. Can we get them high enough to get them on there? The answer to that so far looks like no. Yeah, that is not going to be high enough. We're tipping because of the weight. So these will go on the trailer. We're back to having that discussion about that trailer mod I want. The ramp is nice for driving stuff up there, but when you have a forklift like this, the ramp just makes it very, very difficult. So let's see if we can't. Okay, and then let's put the pallet down and see if we can get out from underneath it. Yep, that's good. And then we'll give it a quick... Don't want to shove it off. Just want to shove it further on. Not sure turning it was... Oh boy, we got one up on the forks. We don't want that. I want to see if I can swing this guy back over a little bit. Every time we go on the ramp, the forks come flying up. All right, so let's see. There we go. Nice. Well done. Okay, couple of pallets of planks to get loaded up. And then we'll be ready to head off to the cabin to get that stocked with whatever it needs. Because like I said, not looking to be in the tent come winter. I think that would be a mistake. And then we'll go sell the rest, buy our furniture, and get that dropped off at the cabin. And is that gonna, am I hitting? No, I'm just not, I'm also not turning. All right, do we need to come up closer? I feel like I'm not quite getting where I want to be here. There we are. Okay, well, it's sitting on the rail, but that's okay. We've got straps to hold that stuff in. And then this one, I think what we should have done was load it this way from the end. Which we'll just get this one that way. Maybe not quite so high. It's bouncing quite a bit. And get squared up to the ramp. Away and down we go. Perfect. All right. We'll leave the pallet jack or the forklift right over here. We'll jump into the truck. Let's get some straps on everything. Get the tailgate up. All right, I mean, this truck and trailer's been a really good setup. The flat deck trailer, huge, huge benefit to be able to load stuff on it. Way better than a regular pickup bed. And our little utility trailer, you know, utility trailer 2.0 is definitely up for all the challenges we've put it up to. So let's get around the tent without hitting the lettuce. Oh yeah, and I put the plow over here, which at the time seemed like a good idea, but it also is in the way of us getting stuff loaded. Alright, I think, let's jump out and check. I think that is everything that it wants, right? Yep, everything is full. It just needs 2,000 or 2 liters of, or 2 pallets of furniture, I should say. We are going to have to get a road cut in back here at some point. Yeah, the truck and the trailer in the woods, guys, I'm thinking not my best idea. Okay, let's just get out of the woods most directly. Alright, not too shabby. Alright, we got that done. Should check on our sheep and see. They might be ready to give birth. I don't think it'll be in August. I think it'll be in September, but I think some of them are getting pretty close with their gestation, because I think they're only pregnant for 4 months, 5 months, something like that. And we've got to be, I think, at month 3 for that initial batch, so definitely getting close to having some new lambs on the farm, which is why I keep cutting grass, because I'm just concerned we're going to need a lot of grass all of a sudden. Haven't checked the sale yet today either, so maybe after we pick up the furniture at the warehouse, we'll run back by the shop and check and see what's on sale for the day. I'm excited to have the cabin finished, because that means we'll have running water and I can plumb in a power washer to get this truck cleaned up, because holy buckets is it dirty. Gonna get out there with my, I don't know, some sort of scraper and just start scraping it off. There's so much muck on it. So here we are pulling into the farmer's market. We'll get the wood goods sold make a little bit of cash here. Yeah, 30,000, not too shabby. All right, so we're going to immediately spend a bunch of that. So furniture times 2 is $5,600. Ready for pickup at the hall. Oh, they're right there. Okay. Thinking the hall, like, where are we going to, some sort of meeting hall? All right, we'll grab these. All right, so we have 2 pallets of furniture. That'll take care of us for the cabin build for at least the next stage. Let's run back, stop at the shop, and just see what we can find there. And see if there's anything there that grabs us. I've been playing with a couple of ideas for what we're going to purchase next. We have another 5 months before we get to year 2, and we get a bump in horsepower. I was thinking, you know, some sort of mowing device might be nice, but let's just take a look and see what they got. Okay, starting at the bottom with the new stuff. Man, all this is way too big and too expensive for us. I keep wondering if this module trailer would just be a good general trailer, because it tips so you could drive onto it. I almost wonder if it's worth, like, that could be a regular trailer. We'll have to just see. We got the Pro Lander, a couple of weights, some mineral feed. We got some other mineral feed. I mean, $47,000. This is actually a great next tractor for us, but it's too much for this year. Poplar. Oh, our hand pushable mower is in the sale. And I think we're getting back up to where we were. Now, this I was looking at yesterday in the sale. $11,000 holds 18.5 liters, 1,000 liters. We could use this for our silage and for our bulk transportation. So we could, not sure if I like the black on the rest of that. Yeah, let's see. How about no cover and save ourselves $1,400? I mean, that's right. Yeah, I mean, that saves us some money. We could spend some of that $1,400 on wide tires to get us back and forth from the farm. So this is not actually a bad trailer. This could be a good thing to buy, so when we go to sell the silage, we have some way to get it, and we can get our crops where they need to be. I think we're picking this up, guys. That's it. Decision made. $12,000. We bought ourselves a trailer, and now we're back up to where we were previously. Do have a bag of fertilizer, which generally speaking, I like to buy when they're available just to have, but we have so much on the farm already, I'm not sure it's worth it. So, all right, well, we're not going to get the trailer back this trip because, well, I guess we could take it. We could leave the utility trailer here. But what I like about the Rudolph trailer is that we can pull it with the truck and with the tractor. So it'll be dual purpose for us. So we'll go ahead and dump the utility trailer, because that's, you know, old news and we're not excited to have it. The new trailer, on the other hand, look at this guy. Should connect right up to the back. Yep. Yeah. Excellent. Good to go. Now we have a tipper trailer to get stuff back and forth. Back down to $12,000, just about $500 after buying the furniture and buying the trailer. But we are now at a point where we have the ability to move that silage, which is exciting. So let's get back to the farm. Let's get the furniture put in the cabin so that can continue progressing. Let's run out and grab the bales off of that back meadow that I mowed up. Let's figure out what we're going to do with those. I think most of those are going into the silage fermenter, or into the silage bunker. But let's see how much we have. We do want to continue to be saving a little bit of grass each time for the sheep. I think we're going to put the trailer right underneath the silage spout to just be ready for when the time comes. Now, without driving on any grass, perfect. Let's head on down here. Get our pallets of furniture unloaded at the cabin. There we go. And there's the tree. May have to find it. There's a second tree. This truck does not have the turning radius I expect it to. Alright, let's jump out here real quick. Let's check the cabin. Make sure we're progressing. Yep, so it's missing 0. It's working right through that stuff. Excellent, excellent, excellent. So, did it put windows in? I think it just immediately put windows in. You guys see that? I don't think those windows were there before. Yeah? Okay, cool. More changes. I'm excited. Let's head out and grab our bales. Then I want to come back and check on the animals and check and see, you know, what our sheep gestation looks like. And I want to check on our chickens. I'm not exactly sure why we have eggs. I feel like chickens have to reproduce to have eggs with the realistic livestock mod. Maybe we bought some pregnant chickens. Who knows? Man, I made a lot of grass bales last night. It was a project, guys. It was a lot of work. It was worth it. And you could see from the video, if you watch it, there was just a ton of grass back here. Just kept getting big heaps of grass. It's like we're in the prime grass cutting month, as it all grew heading into summer. So here, let's snag all these. We may have more than one truckload here, guys. This would be incredible. It's going to be awfully close to more than one truckload. If not, I think it might be just... Depends if we get another row. If we get another row, I think that it's not more than a truckload. If this is the final row, then I think we come back for just a little bit more at the end. Oh, we get one more row. We get it all. Wow, look at all this grass we can get on here, guys. This is such a good harvest. All right. 27,000 liters, which means we got 54 bales off that field. That is an absolutely just incredible number of bales. So let's drive by our little grass storage on the back side of our silage pit. Yeah, we're down to the last 2,500 liters of grass up there. So I think what we'll do is we're going to start storing it in the barn to keep it out of the rain, because as I said, I read in the realistic weather mod that the rain will deteriorate your bales, and we definitely don't want our bales deteriorating. Do all that work to get them and then to have them disappear on us because we didn't take good care of them would not be a good choice. I believe I've triggered the door. Alright, can we do this without triggering the door every time? Because that will become a bit of a nuisance. Alright, I think... trying to figure out how many... yep, there's the door. Got to be closer to the truck. Thinking we want to put... I don't know, what do you think? 10 bales in here? See if that's enough. Not sure what happened to this stack, but we'll make it easier by taking some of them off. Alright, getting these stacked up nicely. I'll put the rest of this on a time lapse. You don't have to watch me move these bales slowly. And then we'll go check on the animals and make sure everyone else is fed and ready to go. Got 12 in there, put the last row on the other direction in hopes of maybe stopping them from falling over. The rest of these guys, you get to be turned into silage. Yeah, look at that. You guys see that? Wow, that's crazy. Look at the bale number on the truck. It's going down because we're in the rain. Let's get this stuff put in quick. That is insane. I can watch it drop. We got to get the rest of those bales off of... Oh, and I just drove into our grass field being aggressive. Okay. Moving around too much. Trying to do too much. Moving fast. Making mistakes. Okay. Let's just grab these and push them off. Are we full? We are. Man, guys, this did not turn out well. Realistic weather coming to bite us. All of these that are out here are now going to be deteriorating. So I need to get more of these into the shed to try to save as much of this as possible. Yeah, 475 liters of grass instead of the 500 we're supposed to have. That rain is killing us, and we have a bunch of bales out here. We may have to rethink our bale storage just purely to try to save some of it. You know what we should do to be fast? You know what, guys? I got this. I got this figured out. Hold on. We're done panicking and running around driving into our fields. Let's do this. Let's grab as many bales as we can. Perfect. Okay, you know what's not in that shed? The tractors. You know what we can put in that shed? The truck. So let's grab all these bales. We're on a salvage mission here. Yeah, I mean, I'm watching the liters of grass on the back of the truck go down as we speak. So now if I pull into the shed, that's it. They stopped right there. The bales are no longer deteriorating in the rain. That is absolute insanity, guys. That's so cool. But that is just absolute insanity. So I guess at this stage, we don't really need to unload them because they're going to be made into silage. But we should. Let's pull the truck the rest of the way in. Okay. We also need to get the bales off the shelf because I bet they're deteriorating in the rain as well. Let's check and see. Nope, this one's at 500. Oh, I had it for a second. 500. So I'm wondering if the shelf counts as like a... Yeah, look, as soon as I took it off the shelf, 499, 498. So that shelf is counting as like a shelter or a building of sorts. But I think just to keep with the spirit of it, because it is an open shelf, you know, I think we tuck them in here and get them out of the rain entirely. But we're going to have to figure out some kind of hay loft or grass storage or bale storage just to make sure we don't lose our bales. I didn't think stacking them outside was going to be a problem, but hey, learn something new every day, and that's how we're playing with these mods. I mean, realistic weather. Here you go. I can't believe I was sitting there watching the bales deteriorate on the back of the truck. That was totally unexpected. Oh, you know what I could do? Look at this. Take them right in the back door. There you go. Also not great that we drove into the grass field. But, you know, a little panic set in. We got through it. Wasn't our finest moment. Wasn't my finest moment, but we got through. Oh, I didn't realize the... Let's get the spreader out from behind the door so it doesn't become a problem. Nope. Nope, we want the door closed. Put the spreader over here in the corner. All right, got the lights on in the shed. See that? Got electrical run. All right, so we got some bales on the hood of the truck. So now we need to go check on our animals, and then we'll call it a wrap for July here. So let's go over here. So is this bale deteriorating too? It doesn't appear to be. Well, I can't tell if they're eating or it's deteriorating. I think it's deteriorating. We're going to grab the bale and we're going to put it in here. Oh, it's another spot we could store the bales, guys. This wouldn't be a bad spot. 231. Does not appear to be deteriorating inside. Okay, cool. Well, you know, we learned a whole bunch of stuff. So, our animals. We have our Landrace, who's still too young. Our Steinschaft is 72% pregnant with 2 babies. This is going to be that first round, so they're getting close. 72 with 2. There's our prolific ram for breeding. 66 with 2, 66 with 2, 60 with 3. And then we have our other rams. So 72 months. Seems like 2 more months and we'll have a bunch of baby lambs running around. Probably also worth mentioning, I did put a little landscaping in. I got some trees put into the sheep and chicken pen. Wanted to look a little more substantial, give them some shade, give them something in there to interact with a little bit. So not a big deal. Now let's come check on our chickens because I'm still not entirely sure why we have eggs. So this one is 6 months, no suitable male, 7 months, no suitable male, 7 months, no suitable male, 7 and 11 months, no suitable male. Our male just turned 6 months, so I think it'll be able to breed overnight. But I just don't know why we got eggs. I mean, I'm happy we got eggs, but I don't feel like we should have eggs unless we have chicks. And it doesn't look like any of our chickens are pregnant. So maybe we got a little extra cash. Let's pick up a couple of birds here. See if there's anything that grabs us in the sale. We did have one at the top there that was pretty good. And one here at the bottom. We will buy selected. And we have, what, 1 rooster? I'm willing to buy a second rooster if there's a really, really good one in here. So this one is very good. We'll mark him. I'd prefer to buy a younger bird. So extremely high, very high, very high. This guy has an extra extremely high, so he's even better. Okay. Any young roosters? Oh, yeah. Look at this guy. $1, and he's all extremely high except for one very high compared to $42. Guys, that's what we call an investment. A $1 bird is $263 because of the delivery. Costs more than the cost of the bird to get it here, but we have it. It's in there, and it is now growing up and going to produce us a bunch of sheep. So let's head back and take one last look at the cabin before we head out for July. This was a good month. Our wheat field is looking good. We're on growth 9 of 10, so we got some exciting things happening there. And our grass field, where we didn't drive into it, which is, you know, here's our oopsie, is at growth stage 4 of 5. So we are about ready there. And the moisture coming down, guys, our grass moisture is going up, which is really good. So we had some dry spots. And our wheat moisture, we're a little high. So we may have to wait for it to dry out. So what I may end up doing is let's do it right now before I leave with you guys. Let's jump in and let's go to 3-day months so we're ready to harvest. So days per month, 3. We're going to hit that with a cheeky save. Make sure we don't forget to do that. So you guys were here when I did it. This is why we're going to go to 3-day months for August, just to make sure we can get the moisture where we want it to be. So started with the cabin, end with the cabin, got the furniture delivered. Lots of exciting stuff today, guys. And the rain on the bales was incredible. A completely new experience for me in Farm Sim. Caused a bit of panic there as you saw driving around, trying to figure out what to do. But I'm so glad that it figured out we were in the building, they're protected, all that kind of stuff, and just adds another layer of things we have to do on the homestead to keep ourselves in good shape. Thank you so much for joining me today. Don't forget to drop a like and turn on notifications for more videos. Channel memberships are available if you'd like to support my content further, and members do get early access to upcoming videos. That's all for today, but we'll see you in the next one.